Starting over. It's something we find dreadful and dragged out. It makes sense if you actually think about it. The thought of doing something you've done before from the beginning is boring. It sparks no emotion and doesn't give you any dopamine whatsoever. As humans, we tend to move away from things that bore us and take away our dopamine. So we never want to start over in anything, no matter how much we need to. The biggest issue is that you miss out on the advantages of starting over. And most of all, you never have to experience the greatest part of starting from the beginning, even when you've come far from it. Let's get into the concept of starting over and what it can mean for you. When we start over in life, we rebuild ourselves. We are essentially noticing that things aren't as good as we thought they were and make attempts to change that. There's a common belief that starting over means you disregard everything you learned before, that you forget the past and become a completely different person. This makes life seem like a video game, where when we start over, we lose all our XP and replay the story from the start. It makes everything seem pointless and difficult because even though you know where the story goes, you still have to spend hours on end building your character and grinding until you get to the level you were at before. In life, it's completely different, where starting over means we take the current knowledge and resources we have and use them to reinvent ourselves. Starting over in this context doesn't mean you restart. It's more like you restructure everything. Most of us find ourselves lost and confused in life. We are sad with our habits. We need to change and start anew. Become the best version of ourselves by losing only the bad aspects of our past selves. When we start over, we're doing this because we know we're gonna come out way better than we were before. So now you know what it means to start over, but you don't see why you should do this. There's a bunch of reasons why someone would want to start over in their life. It could be from the aforementioned reasons, being lost, confused, and sad, or it could just be because you're tired of living the same life. You need to bring a new stimulation and position your life better. You start over because you believe that you can do better. And if you know this isn't your best, then it's important to restructure yourself by starting over. It's important for everyone to start over in their life because it gives them a new outlook on life. Starting over allows you to use knowledge and experiences from the past to propel you forward in a way you never considered before. Starting over usually makes you more resilient because in the face of difficulty, you're able to change yourself and adapt to the situations you're dealt with. Now that you're convinced, this is how you can go about starting over in your life. Step 1 is to reflect on your life. Look at how it's been over the past few years. Analyze whether you've been happy in these years. Is there anything you shouldn't be doing, but you still indulge in? Make sure you're honest with yourself in this stage, because if you can't be honest with yourself, then you can't really improve and move forward the way you should. Reflection will help you identify the problems you have in your life. It's like a diagnosis tool that you can use to find the root of the problem. Next, you need to question your beliefs. Figure out what limiting or false beliefs you have in your life and find a way to change that. If you're unsure which one of your beliefs are limiting and not true, then ask one of your friends for their opinion on it. They should be able to call you out on your bullshit and tell you when you're just feeding yourself nonsense. Trying to change these beliefs will be the hardest thing to do, but if you just keep questioning yourself and being honest, you can find out where the beliefs come from and what the correct thing to believe is. Step 3 is to update your goals. Examine your goals and actually think about whether these are things you really want to accomplish or if they're things you've outgrown. It's a good habit to keep goals in your life, but it's no use to strive towards something you know you don't care about. This also applies to small big goals you set for yourself, goals that don't take you higher and actually limit you in the long run. Aim for the moon, shoot for the stars. Now that the mental battle has been fought, you need to actually act on your impulses. You need to work to achieve those big goals you set. You need to stop believing all these shitty things you read on the internet at a low point in your life. You're in charge, and if you don't take control now, then you'll procrastinate forever. Be real with yourself and work towards building discipline and strength. Make yourself a schedule based on your goals and do everything on your schedule every day. Whenever you don't do a task, accept that you took an L and move on with more strength the next day. Examples of stuff you can put in a schedule are meditating, working on your business or career, and going outside to get peace of mind or socialize. The last and most important thing you need to do in this process is to keep checking on yourself. You must monitor your progress and keep being honest with yourself. You need to be your own coach, constantly looking at the path you're taking and making slight tweaks that can propel you forward immeasurably. It's good to move with others, people that can be in your corner at all times. Maybe you can get those same friends that told you your beliefs or bullshit to help you out. I mean, if they were honest then, they can be honest now, can't they? Never be too afraid to do something new in your life. You never know how it will work out for you. I hope this is the start of your hero arc and you can keep on this path for long enough to accomplish everything you set out to do. Subscribe if you found this helpful.